Hello and welcome back. Guess what we're going to be talking about today? I know a lot of the girlies that have played lads have played other otome games in the past, right? So a lot of us know what an MC is. If you haven't played an otome game in the past, I'm sure you would have at least read a fan fiction or two, right? So you know who YN is. For those of you who don't know what any of these things are, let me give you a quick little rundown. It's you. MC, main character, YN, your name. It's supposed to be you in the story, right? Because obviously you can't actually be in the story. So what comes with that, right? If you can't actually be in the story, right, your personality cannot be pinpointed in these otome games as well. So how do companies normally combat that? They make the MC as plain as they possibly can. So think Bella from Twilight, right? She's like a cardboard that you can project yourself onto. It was cold, sorry, I had to put on a robe. Back to what we were talking about. So recently I found out that a lot of people that play Love and Deepspace are not a fan of MC. So naturally, I'm like, what in the self-hatred is going on? I wanted to come on here, talk about it, get your insights on it, obviously, because I really do like to have a discussion, because I have noticed that most of this fandom is actually pretty sane, which has been great, but it's like that loud minority that just never wants to hear anyone else ever. That's kind of like, maybe, like, this is a game, right? I feel like we need to remember that. Anyways, so obviously my first thought was, MC is you. Do you hate you? I mean, self-hatred is a thing. Not for me, but self-hatred is a thing. I would assume that if you're playing an otome game, you know, where you can customize your main lead character to look like you, why would you hate that person? I actually even posted about it on my TikTok. People commented, they were just like, actually, so there's multiple reasons why people don't like MC. Let's go through them, okay? Number one, people think she is too mean. Now, my personal opinion, because this is my channel, right? You can have your own opinion, that's fine. I hope you have your own opinion. My opinion is that she's not mean enough, frankly speaking. I personally don't see anything wrong with the way that she interacts with the boys, but apparently this is a very prominent part of a lot of people not liking MC's character. They think that the way that she responds to the boys is too mean, too rude, and obviously people are allowed to feel how they want to feel, right? That's totally fine. If that's how you feel, listen, that's how you feel. I'm not here to change your mind. If you don't enjoy the game, more for me, you know? But I will say, I feel like that comes from a very interesting place. If you look at MC's dialogue, she's sarcastic, she's funny. All of the lads men are as well. They don't seem to get that slack though, I think. Obviously they get their portion of the hate, but MC just gets hated on for like almost just existing. Like, for example, Silas says something to her and she responds with something snarky. People think that she's too mean to him. Silas is exactly where he wants to be, okay? If you don't really like that, maybe her responses for Silas, they're not for you, that's fine. You do you. But don't come on here ruining everybody else's fun, okay? It's not all about youism. Number two is because, like we mentioned before, a lot of MCs, like for example, if you look at Mystic Messenger, right? Mystic Messenger's MC, just like in any other game, her responses change or should change depending on who she is trying to romancify. For me, the easiest person to get along with was Zen. Hyun Ryu's, listen man. Side conversation, okay? Zen. Okay, side conversation over. Her responses change because certain characters prefer certain characteristics within their MC, and that makes sense, right? You cannot get along with everyone and be with everyone, except in lads, you can literally be with everybody. You can be a reverse harem girl. So I don't know what these people are so mad about. If you don't like MC's responses to a certain character, that's fine. You're still able to be with them regardless. It's not like Mystic Messenger where you get a bad ending or something like that. Not everything is about you. Anyways, second reason why people don't like MC is because they think she acts too brash. It's almost like they don't like the fact that this MC kind of has a bit more of like a personality to her. I would disagree personally. I feel like MC's character, she's a hunter. So when you transport yourself into that game, she already kind of has a backstory. Normally in otome games, you sort of do, but the backstory isn't as prominent to the overall storyline as I think Love and Deepspace's MC's backstory is. I think that throws some people off, but you need to look at it in this sense, right? If you were to transport to Lincoln and you are a hunter, you are fighting wanderers 8 to 10 hours a day, she is going to be strong. She is going to have certain characteristics that you may not have yourself. Like, okay, my MC, she doesn't really post on moments, okay? Our MCs normally don't, right? It's normally the ladsmen that are posting. Am I going to go up in arms and be like, you know what? I like to post on social media a lot, and my MC doesn't. This game sucks. Can we be serious? So since MC in Love and Deepspace isn't like a cardboard, she's like a cardboard that is lightly traced. Like you still throw color onto her to make her who you are in a sense. But because she's slightly traced, people seem to have a problem with that. They don't agree with her decisions. Once again, that's fine. You're allowed to not agree with her decisions. You know, sometimes my MC makes decisions that I'm like, oh, I wouldn't really do that. But you move along. You know why? Because it's a game. I don't think we have the technology yet to be able to personify ourselves through a character to that degree. So I think it's a bit silly to be so mad over that. I will say personally, I relate to MC a lot. I love her character because I think she does make a lot of decisions that I would make. So slay, I get. I don't have a problem. But here's where I think things get a little bit problematic, right? Because the third reason why people don't seem to like MC is because she is, quote, a strong woman. So that's a little suspicious. That's kind of weird. Because I noticed something. This reasoning, I feel like, comes from the same genre of people that said things like, oh, Raphael looks more manly in his God of the Sea myth. I feel like at that point, it's not a personal opinion. I mean, I guess it is, but something else is playing a part in it. These are the same genre of people that got mad at the summer banner, the beach banner, where MC picks up Raph, and they were like, oh, this is like the worst thing possible. Like, why would you do this? We don't want this. Like, MC shouldn't be a strong woman. Like, why are you trying to portray her this way? Are we serious? This opinion, personally, I think is a little bit more problematic than the other ones because I feel like it comes from a place of, it comes from the negative aspects of traditionalism. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's to me, it's giving like, oh, MC should be rubbing Raph's feet, going and making them sandwiches or something. Like, God forbid a girl has a temper, some sarcasm, some mousse glaze. What's the problem? You're gonna unstan your Lee because he wants to be picked up? Really? Like, listen, okay, I'm a fan of when Silas picks up MC with one arm. I'm a fan of when Zayn and Caleb pick up MC, okay? I think, listen, but I think a huge part of the reason why the Love and Deepspace men have a connection to MC, to us in the first place, is because of the fact that we are not just a caricature. If you wouldn't pick up Raphael, right, that's fine. That's okay. Once again, I feel like I need to keep specifying this. We're not at that point in gaming where we can personify ourselves into these otome characters, these otome main characters yet. Hell, like, Love and Deepspace is the first 3D otome game. Games are just starting to promote themselves to women. Does this mean I'm telling you to like, oh, you know, we shouldn't want better, we shouldn't want this, we shouldn't want that? No, of course not. Of course we should want better. But at what point does it become all about player A or player B, right? At what point does player A and player B's silly requests start to mess up the gameplay of the 99% of other players of the same game? I think that's when it starts becoming a problem. I think it's totally okay to have your own opinions. I think it's totally okay to like and dislike things, you know, personal to you. That's on you. But I feel like going as far as hating MC, a character that's supposed to represent you, because she's not perfectly representing you because she simply doesn't have the capability to, is a bit silly. Those were the three main reasons that I saw, right? There were also people that were just like, oh, I don't hate MC, but like, obviously I don't see her as myself, right? I see her as her own character. Some people are playing it like The Sims, where you kind of play like you're from a different dimension, you're making things move. That's fine too. There are different ways to enjoy a game. I don't know if you guys have heard any other reasons why people seem to dislike MC. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this. And of course, make sure to drink water, stay hydrated, eat something, and don't do anything dumb, okay? Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.